Hi lovelies, I'm back today with another Q&A, but this time instead of just being lots of random questions, I decided to do one specifically on the theme of beauty and makeup, since I get a lot of questions around those topics. I might do more themed ones in the future, like, you know, about dreads or contact lenses or whatever, but this one's mostly about sort of makeup and things. So yeah, I got you all to send in questions to my blog that I have set up for that purpose, and I'm just going to run through. So the first questions I have are mostly ones that I get asked just a lot in general. Okay, so yeah, the first ones are ones I just get asked a lot in general, and then for the rest I'm going to go through the blog and just see if there's any other sort of more specific questions you guys have asked. So the first one is, what foundation do I use? Am I in focus? Okay, so the first question I get most probably is, what foundation do I use? I use the MAC Studio Fix Fluid in the shade NW10, that's the palest one they do, and I find it matches my skin quite well. And then on top of that I use the MAC, I think it's mineralized powder in the colour Light. It doesn't have more specific shades like the other ones do. Next one will be, what eyeshadow do I use? I use a whole heap of things. A lot of the eyeshadow I use actually comes in like these cheap palettes I got on eBay that have like a whole ton of colours. I have one colour palette, I'm not sure how many shades there are in it, there's a whole ton, there's like 80 or something, and then I have a sort of neutral palette as well, so it's mostly those. I also really like Sugar Pill. I don't have a huge amount of it right now because it is quite expensive, but I do like it and I want to sort of build my collection a bit more. And I also have a few Urban Decay palettes lying around as well. I haven't used in ages actually, but I used one for the first time in like well over a year today, so. In terms of mascara, I don't really have a set brand. I just kind of, if my mascara dies or I run out or I lose it, I just kind of buy whatever. What am I using? I literally don't even know what mascaras I'm using at the minute. One is one I bought specifically just because I need mascara, and the other one I got like free because I bought a whole bunch of other makeup products in Boots or something and it came free, so I have no idea, but I'm not really fussy with mascara. Lip colours, I tend to blend a lot. For instance, like, everyone has been asking recently what the grey lip colour is that I have in quite a few of my videos at the minute, and like where to get and stuff, and some people even seem to think that I'm like hiding it from them, like it's some secret lip colour. It's not, it's something I like blend together myself. Like you probably saw in my like smoky autumn look that I sort of like blended a colour together with a few different things. It's kind of like that, so I'm actually going to record a tutorial today so people can stop asking, because it is just something that I kind of do myself. I'm sure there are grey lipsticks out there. I think people have told me about some, I can't remember the name, but please don't knock over my tripod, kid. Here, do you want it? Oh, but there you go. What was I saying? Lip colour, yeah, it's just something I blend, so I'm going to do that today. But lip colours, I like Barry M, Manic Panic, and that's about it. I don't have a huge amount of lipsticks or anything. Again, I tend to just buy whatever looks good in the shop. You know, if you test it on your fingertips instead of the back of your hand, you get a better idea of how good it is, and I just do that and buy whatever, so. I'm not like a huge sort of like snobby makeup person. I'd like to have lots and lots of expensive makeup, but until I have more money, I think I'll just stick with my like random assortment, but I'm hoping to build my collection a bit more soon. There you go. Oh, you're so handsome. Let me see. Next one is, how do I get so pale? That's an awkward one to answer because basically I'm Irish would be the start of it. I'm naturally like very very ghosty person. But on top of that, I guess I try not to go out in the sun too much. My foundation has SPF in it, so there's that. I try to use sun protection whenever I remember. I usually only have to in the summer because like Northern Ireland, it's just cloudy all the time, so it's not that big a deal. But yeah, so it's mostly natural, but I do kind of, you know, just try my best not to be out in the sun too much or anything. And I'm gonna, I think, research some sort of like home remedies to get paler skin and maybe do like a video on it at some point. But I think one big point is to exfoliate often, because then you're getting rid of like any sort of like skin cells you have that are dead and got sort of tanned. If you exfoliate, you scrub those away and you have nice fresh pale skin underneath. So, well, obviously, you know, if you're like pale already, if you're like naturally darker skin toned, it won't be the same, but if you're naturally darker skin toned, if you're naturally darker skin toned, I think you should rock it. But whenever you're like a pale ghosty person, if you go tan, it just doesn't look right. Can I recommend any white foundation specifically? Not really. A lot of them are kind of really streaky and bad, and like, I mean, for instance, the Stargazer one is like, I tried using it on its own once and it was like horrific. I don't really use white foundation on its own anyway, but I suppose if you were wanting one that was like white, then Illamasqua does a really good range. I can't really wear a lot of their foundations just because they don't agree with me as much as MAC does, so I just stick to that, but they do have a great range. They have pure white, but I would probably recommend the one that's like just up from white to stop you looking from I can't speak today, I'm so sorry guys. To stop you from looking like a clown. It has just the tiniest bit of skin colour in it, so it's not like white, but if you want to use the pure white one, go for it. One I got was, do I think anyone can pull off black lipstick? I suppose in some ways. Yeah, mostly. I don't think it's so much about the person that it's on, it's about how it's done. Like, black lipstick can look really, really bad a lot of the time if it's not done properly, especially if it starts fading or if it's like a really bad one. I guess it's harder for people who have like really, really thin lips because black obviously does make them look thinner, so that's an issue, but it doesn't mean you can't pull it off. I think as long as you do it well, then yeah, I guess. When did I first start wearing makeup? I don't know really. I guess, well, like the first time I ever wore makeup was probably when I was like 10 or something, and I put like, you know, a bit of eyeliner on my waterline, and that was about it for a long time. And like the occasional, you know, Cradle of Filth tears and swirly mabobs and stuff, but I suppose I started like really playing around with makeup when I was like 13 or so, and just like playing with like a lot of different colours and stuff, so somewhere between 10 and 13 I guess. One I get a lot is, how did I learn to do makeup? I'm all self-taught. I haven't been to any sort of schools or anything. Most of it's just from practice and playing around, seeing what I can do, and of course, you know, the odd time watching YouTube videos and stuff. It can be really helpful, so it's all self-taught. I haven't went to any schools or anything like some people think. How did I decide to shave off my eyebrows, and was I afraid they wouldn't suit me? I don't know. I was like 10 years old. No, 11. I was 11. And I think my friend said, can I shave off your eyebrows? And I was like, yeah, let's do it. So there wasn't really much thought into it. And I wasn't that worried about them not suiting me either, because like back then I didn't really care. And I didn't even draw them on whenever I was that age. I actually just kept them shaved off and did more of a sort of, you know, Wednesday 13 sort of thing, just no eyebrows. Because I was like really into him back then, and like, you know, Marilyn Manson stuff, all had no eyebrows, so I was like, yeah, I'll just rock the no eyebrow look for a while. And then my mum bribed me to grow them back for a little while, and I shaved them off again when I was 13, and that's when I started drawing them on, so yeah, really not much thought process went into it. I was like, I want to do it, I'm gonna do it, so that's what happened. Okay, so that's all the ones I have written down here. Let me bring over the laptop and see what I have. Okay, okay, someone wants to know what my skin type is. I'm not really sure, to be honest. I suppose probably combination, because some parts are dry, but like around the nose and stuff gets quite oily, so combination type skin. How do I deal with spots? I actually have antibiotics from my doctor that I take for spots, but I'm really, really bad with any sort of medication, and I'm forgetting to take them forever, so which is why I usually have some spots in my videos. I've tried like a lot of different home remedies, you know, like toothpaste and like garlic juice or tea trowel, and none of them really seem to speed up the process, so I just kind of have to deal with them. But I do have those antibiotics. I can't remember what they're called. I think they're called Terrace something. I'm not sure, but I always forget to take them, like seriously, if I could, because I've got the contraceptive implant in my arm, and it's a lifesaver. I swear if I could get that for all the medication I was meant to take, I'd be so happy, because I can't remember to take any form of tablets ever. I'm awful for it, so. Would I consider doing a tutorial on the makeup I wore my Rip Tights video? I guess I could. I mean, it's very similar to my red and black sort of goth makeup tutorial, you know, the one I wore in What Not Say to Goth Girl, but it's just, it has a slightly more sort of like oval instead of a round, and it has some speckles, but I guess I could try it at some point if you're interested. Do I do any designs to my nails or just use one colour? I do sometimes, but I used to do it a lot, but I've stopped really bothering, because I'm not even wearing nail polish right now, because like I'm so bad with it, it just chips off within literally an hour or so, chipped, gone, so I've kind of given up on it, to be honest. Would you consider doing nail tutorials? Maybe, if I master keeping my nail polish on for more than 5 minutes. If you could choose 3 Monster High girls makeups to wear, what would I choose? Ooh, I don't know, that's a really fun question. I guess if I want to do something more colourful, I really like Laguna Blue's makeup. I think I actually did it once before, but I don't know if I have pictures. Draculaura maybe, because hers is really cute, and not Frankie's, hers is a bit boring, because, well, like I would do it, but you know, if I'm choosing something more interesting. I don't know, maybe Cleo's, because Cleo's is kind of fun. Yeah. Okay, someone says, I'm really poor and I was wondering how much the makeup you get usually costs. It looks like it works really well and it's good quality. Well, see, that's the thing. I mean, like, those eyeshadow palettes that I bought on eBay, I think they were between like £7 and £15, somewhere around that range, and you get like 50 billion colours. So like that's pretty cheap. Like some of the colours don't work that well, but most of them do. So they're pretty cheap, and then most of the other stuff I buy is like drugstore makeup. Like my foundation's probably the only thing I wear consistently that's expensive. So the rest is just like cheapy drugstore stuff. You just have to kind of find what works for you, I guess. It's my phone. Hello? Hi! And I'm back. Right, where was I? Let me see. Okay, so one is how do I get my eyeliner length and thickness the same thickness? The same basically. That's just practice really, there's no special trick to it. Just kind of do the first eye, and when you're doing the second eye, kind of keep an eye on the first eye and like try to match it, and that's the only advice I can really give on that. Okay, I guess this one relates to beauty, so I'll touch on it quickly here, but it's actually something that I want to do a whole video on at some point, and someone wants to know what I think about plastic surgery. And just the short version is I am all for it. Like, I really hate this fucking hypocritical view, especially if alternative people are like putting down people who get surgery. It's like, you know, it's the same thing basically as tattoos and piercings. It's all body modification, and how dare you put someone down for, you know, a choice they make about their body whenever you expect to be treated well for the choices you make. I could rant all day about it, but I am all for plastic surgery. You know, we live in a day and age now where if there's something about ourselves that, like, you know, we're not happy with, we can change it. Like, how awesome is that? That's great. Why do we need to put people down for getting it? It's like this big taboo thing. And just, oh, I'm gonna have to make a whole video on it because, but yeah, yeah, I'm all for plastic surgery. You know, I think if you want to do something, that's your choice, and it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. So, do your piercings get in the way when you're applying foundation and makeup and stuff? They don't, no. I just kind of go all over my face and then wipe off my piercings when I'm done. By the way, before anyone asks, I didn't take out my librets, just the bar's fallen out, and I forgot to get a new one, but it's still open because I keep putting my Medusa bar through it, which is missing, but I'm just missing piercings all over the show, but it's still there for just, you know, before anyone asks. Someone wants to know what eyeliner I use. I mostly use gel. Again, I don't have a specific brand I stick to. I'm still kind of trying out new things. They all seem to work really great at the start, but they seem to dry out really fast, which is annoying. But gel eyeliner is what I prefer to use. I used to use liquid, but I kind of prefer gel now because I have a bit more control with it usually. Next question is what primers have I used and would I recommend? I've tried a few, but I kind of forget the name of a lot of them. I know I've tried the Illamasqua the matte primer before. I quite like that, and I had another one that I can't remember the name of that was really good, but it was really cheap as well. I think it was like, it was something along the lines of like, you know, lights, camera, something, you know, like something in that theme, but I can't remember the name of it. And then I've also got the Professional by Benefit, and I have to say, you know, those are all in different price ranges. Like the Professional was outrageously expensive. They all work about the same, really, so I don't even use them that often. I don't really bother with primers most of the time, mostly because I just forget, but they all seem to do the same trick really for me. I don't know if it's just me, if I'm just a massive noob, but I don't know the difference. Someone wants to know right at the moment what my favourite sort of colour palette for my face is. I'm actually kind of split directly down the middle between sort of warm neutrals and really cold ones. So like today I have like more sort of like a brown smoky eye similar to my smoky autumn look that I did a tutorial on, and I really like the sort of like warm lips I didn't bother doing anything with my lips just yet because I'm doing the grey lipstick tutorial soon. But so yeah, I'm kind of like stuck in between. I haven't really got a set one at the minute. I'm like right down the middle, but I guess right this second I'll be more into the warm neutrals. There's a lot of questions here about contact lenses. I'm going to do a separate video on that because that's like a whole other thing in itself. Okay, and I'm going to do one more, which is would I do an updated eyebrow tutorial? I probably will because that last one is really old. I want to do sort of updated versions of quite a few of my looks, like the dolly eye makeup and stuff, so I'll probably do some updated tutorials of some stuff shortly, and I will include eyebrows in that. But yeah, so I'm sorry if this is a bit all over the place. I tried to organise it the best I could, but that was my first beauty Q&A. I'm sure I'll do more in the future if you have more questions about makeup and beauty and things like that. I'm sorry if your question didn't get answered. I kind of tried to answer as many as I could that seemed relevant and stuff, and like, you know, some were kind of like repeat questions but worded a different way sort of, but I did my best. If you have more questions you can fire them in and I'll take note of them for the next time. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Remember to check out the links at the end and in the description box, and my gaming channel, and especially Patreon, because that helps me a lot. And I'll see you in my next video. Remember to comment, like and subscribe, and share this with your friends. Thanks. Bye. Cat summoning magic trick. Can you hear the pitter patter of little feet? What have I got? I know what cats like. I know what cats want. I know what cats like. Cats like treats. We can only have a few, or else we turn into a little tub. Butt. Get your butt away.